Hey guys, how's it going? I'm in Gretaria Park, which is my daily routine, coming out here every morning early for my morning stroll. And it becomes really busy here early mornings. Over here in Tehran or in Iran, people stick to a really strict regime in terms of outdoor activities, and the parks are notorious for being extremely busy in the mornings. You have aerobic classes and all various types of fitness classes taking place in groups across the park. Individuals working out, playing behind me, table tennis, playing badminton, and so on and so forth. I'm not showing their faces because a lot of the guys that we have in the park don't wear the headscarf, or the men are wearing shorts basically, which is obviously prohibited. And I don't want to cause problems for them in videos, because I know everyone keeps asking me, Fareed, why don't you show us the girls or the guys in Tehran? And the reason why I have made this decision not to is because I don't want to create problems for them. Because obviously at the end of the day in Iran, the law is you have to wear the headscarf and abide by the local laws and regulations. But the reality is this, is that many people are defying the laws. I see girls are just walking past me right now with no headscarf on whatsoever. So many people are defying the laws and trying to, if you like, stamp their ground in terms of the idea of democracy, particularly when associated with the headscarf. And you see this all over the place. It's not just about in the north of Tehran. I know a lot of people always, if you like, come on my page and criticize me that, I'm only showing the north. Well, I'm not. Today, for example, I'm going to the south of Tehran. Tomorrow, I'm in the bazaar of Tehran. And everywhere is the same. In the east, the west, the central part of Tehran, the northern part of Tehran, everyone is literally defying the dress code, whether it's male or female. And what I've seen is that the males have started to wear shorts. I'm talking about above the knee shorts, which is prohibited, in defiance to, if you like, show their unity with the females. Now, this is quite a debatable subject. On the one hand, I applaud it. So, okay, great, perfect. They're standing their ground and so on. But it also does bring another question arises out of this, and that is that if the challenges or problems in Tehran, Iran, was just simply the headscarf, and by taking off the headscarf means that everything will be okay, then that's a false narrative, because literally in the last few months, no one is wearing the headscarf. And I mean literally nobody. I will try and show you film, which I've edited, where you can't see their faces. But generally speaking, literally people are walking. I've seen girls here walking around in t-shirts. Come on. Which was unheard of. And no headscarf. And in the past, I used to wear it around their shoulders, so in case the police came, they could quickly put it on. Now they've defied that completely. They've defied it completely. They don't even put it around their shoulders. Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is that taking off the headscarf has not solved the problems that we have in Iran. In actual fact, the biggest problems that I see, I've been living here 5 years now almost, is the lack of unity amongst the people. Let's ignore the government for 1 minute. People have no unity. They have no respect for one another. They literally are living this false narrative themselves. And I always say that until people change, nothing will change. And I, as a British Iranian currently living in Iran, am continuously frustrated over this whole challenge about people's mentality, their idea of democracy, lack of respect. And that's the biggest challenges that we have in Iran, to be honest. The headscarf, let's take it off completely. Does it mean that tomorrow everything's going to be perfect in Iran? Definitely not. And I'm seeing that now. Women are defiant, taking off the headscarf. Well, okay, respect, great. But has that resolved the underlying issues in Tehran and Iran? And my issue is I'm seeing it on a day-to-day basis. Most of the challenges we have in Tehran, and I know the haters won't like me saying this, are the people of Iran. The people of Iran need to be honest, wake up, open their eyes, and see that there's a lot of things that it's in their control, in their domain, and they can make a difference. From small things like the crazy parking and driving that we have in Tehran. to the how we, for example, don't respect each other in terms of a simple thing like waiting in a queue. There is no such thing as queues here. You wait in a queue, you'll never get served. You have to bombard and go to the front, and so on and so forth. I mean, I don't want to go into detail, but the general fact is that we have a lack of respect and appreciation of one another. Our mentalities are not in the right place for us to proclaim democracy. And I always say that it starts from within. We have to want it and change, especially things that we have control over. We can change, and let's make a difference. For example, the stupid parking that we have, we can stop parking stupidly, right? But we choose not to, and that's a big problem. Even if you don't want to respect the so-called laws, then respect each other, because by your stupid parking, you're causing chaos, and so on and so on. I'm literally focusing on parking now, but there is a lot of challenges. And my narrative is this, is that Iran, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. Our culture and heritage is the most beautiful in the world. I know most of you say the girls are the most beautiful in the world. Okay, let's put that in there as well. The girls are the most beautiful in the world, and so on and so forth. However, we have deep underlying rooted issues in society, and I'm concerned that until these are resolved, and that only comes from within, from us, the people, nothing will change. And one thing you should never forget is that in most positions of local and central government, the people are taking up those positions. Whether it's in the local authority, the planning office, in health and safety, and so on and so forth, it's us, the people, regular people. And they are the most corrupt departments and divisions of society. And we, the people, are heading those divisions. Regular people, okay? So that's why I always say we need to look at ourselves, and we are the cause of a lot of the problems in Tehran. Yes, we have a big divide between the elite and those who don't have, but those who have money doesn't mean that they are part of the government. This is a false narrative that's been created by the West and by certain ex-Iranians who fled Iran. It's not true. There are a lot of hard-working Iranians who are earning money and working their asses off and have no connection whatsoever at all with the government. They just work hard, and why can't they live a good life? You know, isn't that what everyone does all over the world? So we have this habit of labeling people. I get this as well. People label me and say, "Oh, you're part of the government because I've gone to a restaurant." I mean, come on. I mean, how crazy can that be? But it's those labels that make that individual get tarnished, and that causes a bigger problem. And the issues that we have in Iran are not so simple. The issues in Iran are deep-rooted. We have a complete disparity between what's really going on and what's being portrayed. And what's really going on is this melting pot of crap, deceit, fraud, abuse of powers, bribery, blah, 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 and by the people themselves. The people are the ones who are taking these bribes, taking advantage of the loopholes in the law, and so on and so forth. So we need to take a step back sometimes, and I've come to a conclusion that, as I've said at the beginning of this video, there are a lot of things that are in the people's hands that they need to change and stop looking at others to blame and look at themselves, because change starts from within. And until we change, to be honest, nothing's ever going to change, unfortunately, in Iran. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, and I thought let's share a discussion with you today, because a lot of people raise this with me in direct messages. But I hope that I've been able to give a different narrative on what's going on, and at least my view from an outside of what's going on in Tehran. Other than that, I love this country. It's so beautiful. I mean, I hope one day some of you get a chance to come out here and see what we see on the ground, which is completely different to what's shown on CNN News.